we doing? How we looking? How we feeling? People say what's up if you're in the chat. Hope everyone's doing all right. Hope you can hear. Let's know if you can hear us. If you can hear me. If you can hear Zach. If I sound too loud. If I sound too low.
Let me know if I sound too loud or too low. I mean, we're doing the best with. I mean, we are the production here. It's us. So
we're everything. But say what's up if you're in the chat. Let us know how you doing this week. I'm currently, oddly enough, watching the Mariners and Blue Jays game. Am I a baseball fan? No idea. No, I'm not.
Maybe I am now.
But I am. I like watching the playoffs for MLB and also NBA. I love NBA, but I hate watching all the games. It's not like the NFL. I feel like every game counts in the NFL, unlike some of these sports until you get to the playoffs. But drop all and any of your fantasy questions for week 5. We're going to be here for however long.
Yeah,
we are here for.
Let me know if I'm still loud. I was a little bit too into my mic, so.
Okay.
I feel like I sound okay now listening to the stream.
To the stream. That's fair.
I think the issue is your mic typically isn't that far away.
Okay, I can bring it in a little bit closer.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Here we go. How we doing? How we looking? How we feeling? Hope all is well. Let's get straight into it. Talk louder to me, Badake. What's happening, Joe? How you feeling, brother? Dimitri, are your pecs okay?
That was tough, man. I'm not. I have to be honest with you guys. I have not worked out in a long time, and doing those 54 push-ups on Thursday. Shout out to Michael. Thank you for the subscribe.
Appreciate you, man.
My chest has hurt every day since, even today. And I don't have trouble sleeping.
Right.
But it's uncomfortable. I think that was actually the worst challenge thus far. Doing the however many points you lose by double it. That's how many push-ups. That was by far for me the worst punishment thus far. I felt it every minute since I did it. I feel it when I sleep, when I wake up. It's sore. It doesn't feel good. So yes. But drop your questions in the chat, guys. Huge love. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna answer all your questions. Super chats get answered straight away, as always.
It's happening, Gator fam.
If you can do us a favor by dropping a like as well, that would mean a lot. Subscribe. But we're gonna go through them in order. And if you're over with us on Twitch, we're obviously gonna answer your questions over there as well.
Yeah.
What's up, Jari? What's up, Gator? Peter says, "What's up? I have quite the conundrum for you." I'm sure we're gonna see that here in a second.
Okay.
His question will be right after Oliver. Oliver says, "What's up, fellas? Hope you're good. PPR flex Lazard or Corey Davis?" I'm going Lazard. You're going.
Lazard. I'm going Lazard as well. Playing my beloved Giants. He should have a good game this week.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, we haven't had a conversation about Corey Davis, but isn't it weird that he's like, he could be the most valuable wide receiver on this team?
It's weird.
Probably not, though. I think you and I both feel like no, that he's not. He's not gonna have this trajectory that Elijah and
he has had more production than what we expected, and it's been somewhat consistent production, which has also been very intriguing. 13, 16 points, 18 points. You only had one bad week with 4 points in week 3. It's weird, but the problem is that he gets those deep passes. Like you see Zach Wilson bombing down the field, is Corey Davis. You hoping it's Zach Wilson or Garrett Wilson. No, it's Corey Davis.
I still lean on the Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson their roles are gonna grow and Corey's will not. But we don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? But we both go Lazard, so we're 1 for 1. Next question is from Peter. It says, "Have PPR Stevenson, Godwin." I don't need to hear any more. It's Godwin for me.
Yeah, 100%. At flex, you start Godwin.
Must start for me.
You're funny, Joe. Neil. Okay, fellas, so I start Tyler Conklin or Westbrook and Keena versus the Titans.
Oh my gosh.
Once again, another one. I feel like I'm going with the Jets here. We thought that we're going to see a massive downtick with Tyler Conklin, but another week, I think he got a good even 8 to 9 points. I feel really confident starting Tyler Conklin still, even with the transition of Zach Wilson.
Yeah, you got to go Tyler Gronklin. I don't know if you see that. You see that? You like that?
Yeah,
Tyler Gronklin. No, I mean, Westbrook Akina, even last week when Traylon went down, he had no targets. So he should be more involved this week, but we know that Conklin is involved, so I'll take Conklin.
One thing to notice though, this is the lowest reception and targets he has gotten with Zach Wilson. That could drop down again.
And that's what we were worried about.
And that's exactly what we were worried about. But we'll see what happens.
It's a decent matchup. Miami should be able to score. He's still like on the field a bunch. It is concerning, but you're not really winning either way here.
Full PPR.
Kenneth?
Yeah.
Yep.
Full PPR. Brandon Cooks or Drake London. I think I'm going
Who
Drizzy.
does Brandon Cooks play? Who does Brandon Cooks play?
Brandon Cooks plays the Jags, and Drake London plays Tampa.
Okay, I do like Drake London. This is close. I feel like the safer play is actually Brandon Cooks. And especially with Kyle Pitts being out, think about how Kyle Pitts was consistently controlled by defenses last year because he was the only weapon. Now it's only Drake London. I still think Drake London is a must start, but I do believe that Brandon Cooks is the safer play.
You know what?
So I am going to go Cooks. I think he's a safer play this week, but again, I still think London is a must start in almost every other scenario.
I'll go with you there. You know, I'll back that as well. Now looking at it, Kyle Pitts is out. Completely forgot about that. Cordell Patterson is also out. And this team might struggle, and they just might shut down Drake London and Mariota. This could be a good start for the Bucks defense and everyone on the Bucks team, because this should be a blowout.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens though. Jair Dubs.
By the way, I see Joe in the chat. I love you, Joe.
Yeah, love you, brother. How you doing? How you looking? Dubs Curtis. By the way, you should go live again, and we'll join. We're talking to Joe, but
Joe, yeah,
Dubs, Curtis Samuel, or Lazard half PPR. I'm going Curtis here because Jahan Dotson's out.
Yeah, it's Curtis. This is a bounce back week for most. I think this is a bounce back week for Terry, for Wentz, for Curtis, maybe even Logan if he plays. So I'm in.
And Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of the backfield.
I just wanted to throw him in there because I'm just really excited for him to.
Yeah,
to come
it'll be interesting. It'll be cool to see.
Michael, should I trade CMC, Elijah Moore, and Tyler Conklin for Juju, Dallas Goedert, and Debo? My running backs are Henry, Fournette, 12 team. For Juju, Dallas Goedert, and Debo. Can Juju be swapped? Because I actually don't mind Henry and Fournette, but can Juju be swapped for somebody else? And maybe we're stretching it there, or maybe I'm stretching it there.
I think team construction is really important here. What your starting roster is very important here as well. Like, are you in a league that starts 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs? Because give me CMC side. Are you in a league that starts 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs? Give me the Debo side. But again, Juju to me has, like, I don't want Juju anywhere. Anywhere. I just don't want him. It's clear that they're not going to prioritize him. It's clear that they're not going to prioritize anyone outside of Travis Kelce. So I think with again, I keep going back to the fact that running backs are getting injured at such a high rate this year. I do lean CMC here, unless you're in a format where wide receivers are favored in your starting rosters. Yeah. If that makes sense. So, and I think with CMC, Henry, and Fournette, that's like, you have such a good core. I love Debo. I'm all aboard buying Debo. Yeah. But I'm going CMC here. I think Elijah Moore is a good buy low as well. Love Debo. I gotta lean running backs in a year where running backs are constantly being injured.
For sure. I definitely hear you. I'm just more interested in Dallas Goedert and Debo, and if Juju can be swapped out, even for somebody that's also been struggling, not also been struggling, but maybe guys that we believe in more, can that be a Dubs? Can that be a Lazard? Can that be any of these lower tier guys? Maybe a Thielen that has been struggling, a Brandon Cooks. I would rather have all those guys over Juju Smith. Amari Cooper, like some of these names that we can, if I throw more names out there, but if I can get another guy for Juju, and then I'll be happy for it.
You look at Juju on Sleeper, when you get your trades offers, and you're like, well, I mean, he's had 8 targets in 3 games. Well, those targets aren't high volume targets. They're not valuable targets. They're at the line of scrimmage or slants, and he doesn't really have the athleticism to take it to the house. It's just, I don't want Juju.
Yeah.
Love you, Joe.
Completely agree. All love, Joe. See you soon.
What's up, BX?
How you doing? JP, Nick Chubb or T. Higgins for Cup?
I'm keeping Chubb and Higgins, man. I mean, again, like Cup, it looks like the most valuable player right now in fantasy, no doubt. But with the injuries to running backs and with T. Higgins emerging, I don't think that there's a scenario, unless this is like an 8-team league, where you can justify doing that.
Yeah. I think it's a win-win trade, in my opinion, depending on your running back depth, because I am agreeing with Zach with the injuries. But if you have, for example, a Stevenson or a Khalil or a Monty on your bench that's injured, or maybe you just have another third running back just in case, I'm be okay to trade away Nick Chubb and T, because Cooper Kupp is a game changer week in and week out for your team.
Yeah.
But I think it is a win-win trade, so I'm okay either way.
I agree with what you're saying. I just feel like roster construction as a whole, I don't feel like in a 12-man league anyone can afford to do that.
Yeah, that's fair. Corey Davis.
That's why I'm wondering if it's an 8.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And the roster construction, how many you can start. Peter said, "Thanks, boys. What's my gut feeling?" That's my gut feeling as well. Let's go Giants, but I can talk it up. Hey, if we win this game, take us seriously. But if we lose this game, let's go for the first round pick, huh? Let's go for the top 10.
Seriously. If you win this game, I'll take you guys seriously.
Fantasy noobs, worried about Pittman moving forward, or should I try and buy low next week? Offense sucks. Where do you think you have him rest of season?
I'll jump in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can jump in, because I had a feeling about you with Pittman.
Well, I'll jump in here. I sent you a trade offer. Purely, I sent out trade offers in Dynasty because I have Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman on my team. I don't want both of them, so I was open to moving Pittman. And redraft, and specifically this year, I think this is going to be a pretty big buy low opportunity. He was on the field for 99% of the snaps. He had 8 targets last week versus a very good Denver defense. We know that. Pat Surtain was out there, probably the best young cornerback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Look at his next couple matchups: Jacksonville, Tennessee, Washington. If there's a bigger buy low for a wide receiver than Michael Pittman, let me know. I definitely think he's a buy low. I don't know where you stand, but still getting, enough targets to be a wide receiver 1 on any week. On the field, 99% of the snaps, clearly needed. When you have Pat Surtain, it's hard to really, do anything against Pat Surtain. So, but great to see Alec Pierce. So when I told people to buy in Dynasty this week before that game, do well. But I still think Pittman is going to recover and he's going to be fine. Also, Jonathan Taylor wasn't in this game, so the offense was bad because their best player wasn't there. And Pittman really thrives off of the play action, which wasn't really set up at all in this game.
Yeah, Michael Pittman is an interesting prospect right now. Rest of season, I personally maybe view it the opposite way. I see how the production is still going to be there, but I think I'm going to be leaning more on the offense and consistency play moving forward. So if I can sell Michael Pittman for I don't know, an Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, maybe even a T, I think that those are guys that maybe you can trade for right now. If you wanted to trade away Michael Pittman for offenses that feel more consistent, I would personally do that. This is not a I hate Michael Pittman take. This is you know what, maybe I'm going to capitalize on an opportunity to either try and trade him away, but maybe not right now, because this is the buy low opportunity for him. But that's my thought process. When he has a big boom game, I'm really happy to kind of do that personally.
I'm not sure that you could get Amon-Ra for Michael Pittman though. I don't think anyone would. Do you think that's a realistic target? Like let's talk about a couple other guys.
I think they're pretty close.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: rest of season, Cortland Sutton or Michael Pittman?
Cortland Sutton.
Okay, I'm going Pittman, but it's close.
Actually, Amon-Ra is wide receiver 7. Gosh, I did not know that. Okay, anyways.
People have Amon-Ra as like a top 5 dynasty wide receiver right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're talking redraft here.
Yeah, redraft.
How about Drake London or Michael Pittman?
No, I'll go Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing guys.
I'm the same there.
Now looking at, like, I refreshed the page. I was on the wrong one. Michael Pittman. I would rather have T. Higgins over Pittman. Christian Kirk right now over Pittman. Cortland Sutton over Pittman. Debo, who's technically lower than Michael Pittman right now, had rather have ECR. Debo over Pittman. Yeah, ECR. Mike Williams feels a lot more comfortable than Michael Pittman. That might be also because Keenan Allen's out, but all those guys I would rather have over Michael Pittman right now if I can trade him away it might once again may be hard due to the buy low
It's
scenario.
close. I feel like there's some really good weeks coming for Michael Pittman, but I understand the conversation. All right, next question.
Q215. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's Q215. Fellas, Monty doesn't play. Do I play Khalil Herbert over Najee? Shit, who does Najee play again? Let's see.
Yes, you do. Najee plays Buffalo. There's so many running backs I'm starting over Najee Harris this week. So many running backs I'm starting over Najee.
Will Khalil play the Vikings?
The list
Yes.
is vast.
Yes.
I'm playing Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson over Najee Harris this week. J.K. Dobbins, Breece Hall. It's a wide list for me this week.
Yes, I agree. Start Khalil
Ramondre or Khalil?
Ooh,
I'm
sorry,
going
Ramondre.
Yep.
I think so. You think it's time to give up on Allen Robinson? I think so. Personally. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't start him unless we see consistency moving forward. And even if it's based off matchup, it's also still hard to start him. You know, there was 2-3 games that were based off matchup. He should have been good, or something should have happened, and it still hasn't happened. I'm not starting him moving forward, unfortunately.
I think it's time to give up in the sense that he's not in your starting roster, but I don't think he's a drop. I've seen a lot of people say drop him. I don't believe that it's time to drop him. We've even had Sean McVay. Sean McVay's literally come out and said that he has not done a good enough job of getting Allen Robinson involved. He has said that himself. The last time he said that, Allen Robinson had a 15-point game the next week. I think what was so obvious watching the Rams last week, and the reason that the pick six even happened for the Niners, was because everyone knew Cooper Kupp was getting the ball. And we said this on the live stream. This is not an efficient offense. This is not going to work. This isn't a playoff Super Bowl winning team with the offense the way it's currently constructed. So I think I think A-Rob could be better. I don't think that's a guarantee at all. But again, not someone. Let's say this: if someone drops A-Rob in my league, he's one of my biggest priority pickups. So should stay on your bench. Shouldn't be started, but I think he should still be rostered. And let's wait and see.
Maybe he'll have like an Amon-Ra type season at the end of the year. You know, Amon-Ra, the Lazards, where like he has a 4-game stretch where it's like, shit, should I be starting him? And like you can be like, I don't know, and it's gonna be tough. But yes, I don't think you can start Allen Robinson right now. But I do agree. If he falls or if he gets dropped, then maybe pick him up.
Yeah, cannot start him. Have to keep him rostered though. Can I just say as well? Shout out to everyone watching the stream. 35 people watching. If you could do us a huge favor, drop a like. We answer all questions in order. If you would like your question to be answered straight away, just drop a super chat to support the channel, and we will get to it straight away. All right, what's the next question we got? Is it from Sebo?
Yeah, Sebo. Should I trade Mike Williams, Aaron Jones, and Breece Hall for Jalen Waddle and Najee Harris? I'm keeping Mike Williams, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall.
Agreed. Easy. Fantasy Noob says pick 2 PPR, assuming Amon-Ra's out. Josh Reynolds, Duvernay, DJ Moore, Jacoby, Keenan, and MT being out really hurt me. The reason I laughed because of the DJ Moore conversation now. It's crazy this is where we are. If Amon-Ra's out, Josh Reynolds. And Keenan's out, so...
I feel like I'm hesitant on Jacoby as well, because Tyquan Thorne's coming back. But yeah, I'm going Duvernay and Josh Reynolds, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. If Amon-Ra plays, then I'm going Duvernay and DJ Moore.
Yeah, Michael, who just stashed for week 7 by Hurts, Brady, Carr, T-Law, Dak. All depends on who they play on in week 7. Personally, let me bring up the week 7. By the way,
Mariners
guys,
win the game.
Mariners just won the game. I know it sounds crazy, but the Mariners was down 1-8, and they just came back in the 9th with a. It was crazy, and now they just won 10-9. In week 7, who should you stash? Brady, Carr, T-Law, or Dak? Brady plays the Panthers. Derek Carr or
Brady, like
Trevor Lawrence plays the Giants. Derek Carr plays the Texans, so that's a pretty good one.
It's Brady for me.
And one more time, where Dak plays the Lions. And yeah, I think it has to be in the order: Brady, Carr, Trevor Lawrence, Dak. Ooh, Dak Prescott.
Just because we don't know what Dak's gonna look like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
but it sounds like you have a lot of options. I don't know that you need to stash. I mean, you can if you have deep benches, but Sounds like he got a lot of options, but I think he'll be fine. Wahab says, I need one running back and one flex. Stevenson, Connor, Deontay, Wilson. I'm going Stevenson as your running back. And is that Garrett Wilson? I'm assuming that's Garrett Wilson.
I'm assuming it's Garrett Wilson or Deontay Johnson. Deontay plays the Bills.
You have to go
Garrett
Deontay,
Wilson
but it sucks.
Miami. I'm going Deontay still.
Yeah, Deontay and Stevenson, but between Wilson and Deontay, it's very close.
All love, Joe. We appreciate you. Michael, pick 2. CD, Kirk, or Curtis, full PPR. Ooh.
CD, Kirk.
CD and Kirk for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's Kirk play again?
Kirk plays Houston.
Yeah. Give me CD and Kirk. In my other league, do I start Metcalf, Davis, Samuel, Stevenson? I'm assuming this is start 1. I'll be starting DK. Against the Saints. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but I think you might have to start DK.
Metcalf, your other option is Samuel. I'm assuming that's Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel versus.
Yeah, I'm going DK, but it's close. It's very close. Gator says, I already am starting Tannehill and Henry. I know Woods has a really good matchup and Burks is out. Would you really be willing to start the 3 Titans? Yeah, especially against Washington. Well, I said this on our videos this week. We are the trash can of the NFL. So feel free to throw your trash on us each week.
Michael, what do you think about me trading Keenan Allen, Dalvin Cook, and J.K. Dobbins with Jonathan Taylor, T. Higgins, and Dotson? I'm not doing too good in the league, and I need a big trade. Trading Keenan Allen, Dalvin, J.K. for Jonathan Taylor, T, and Dotson. I mean, why would you trade those guys away if Jonathan Taylor's not even playing? I guess you need a big trade, and you're not doing too well. I know Keenan's not playing, but at least you get Dalvin and J.K.
Yeah, no, I'm not making that play. Yeah, that trade.
I'm keeping Keenan Allen in the Dalvin side.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I hope you both doing well. What do you guys think of the trade I get? DeAndre Swift for Goddard and Michael Thomas. Also, who should I play week 5, Etienne or Pierce?
This is actually pretty easy.
Yeah. I'm taking Swift. I'm taking the Swift side. And Etienne or Pierce, I'm playing Pierce.
Yes.
Should I start Henderson or Akers? Start neither. I'm starting.
If you have to choose one, I think it's Henderson, but I don't want either.
I actually don't want. I don't know who. I genuinely, Rapping Dog. I do not know who to tell you to start. What can we say here? Cam Akers last week had 1 point. Henderson last week had 6 points. So yeah, maybe Henderson is the better start. But
Henderson's also getting the work in the air on a more consistent basis, and he's averaging a much higher yards per carry. He's been much more efficient. It's tough. Like you're right. Who knows? But I would go Henderson if I had to choose.
Yeah. Guys, I have Lazard and Doves, but is it bad to start 2 guys from the same team?
I think, depends on your options. What we would always say, and I think it's important if anyone's in the chat wants to ask a question, as much context that you provide for us, the better answer that we can give. So, what are your other options? How many do you need to start? Is it PPR? But no, I don't think that's a bad thing if you don't have better options.
Yeah.
Gabe says, did I do the right thing sitting Michael Pittman and starting Jalen Waddle? Yeah, I mean, as of right now, Michael Pittman only had an 11-point game or so. Reaver says, give Godwin, Deontay, Hunt, get Pickens, Alec Pierce, 23 first. So this looks like a dynasty trade.
Give Godwin, Deontay, Hunt, get Pickens, Alec Pierce, 23 first. I would do that.
I would do that as well.
I would take the Pickens and Alec Pierce side, so I'm happy with that.
If dynasty, yeah.
Yeah. Brandon C, should I start Renfro over Dubs at flex full PPR? I would start Dubs personally over Renfro.
Gotta see it first.
Yeah. Who does Renfro play? The Chiefs. Ooh.
Yeah, no, I'm still going Dubs. I had to see it for Renfro. He wasn't even good in the first game. It's weird. I need to see it first for Renfro, so give me Dubs.
Hazelnut, hello, gents. Who do I roll with? The Sun God if he plays, or George Pickens? Sun God if he plays. Amon-Ra, Brando the Great. I traded Clyde for Josh Jacobs and PPR thoughts. I would personally have kept Clyde. I don't know about Zach. I'm keeping Clyde. I know JJ had a good game, and he was a sell high for me, if I'm not mistaken, or sell high for you, this past week.
No, he wasn't.
I don't remember who were my sell high.
He wasn't a sell high for me. I think the thing with Josh Jacobs,
he was going
though,
to be, tell you that much. He wasn't.
I feel like this could be a sign of things to come, and the reason I say that is because they won the game versus a team that they maybe shouldn't have won against. With Josh Jacobs dominating on the ground, they won the game, and the offense they had the past 3 weeks, they lost every single game.
Right.
I think this could be a sign of things to come. I think it's close. I'll say this: it's very close. I think, put them next to each other. You probably prefer Clyde rest of season. But I think it's very close, and I don't think it's crazy to say that Jacobs could outperform Clyde rest of season, especially with the matchups coming up. Kansas City, Houston, New Orleans is not good, but then you have Jacksonville. So it's close, but yeah. I think Clyde in a vacuum, but I think Jacobs, this could be a sign of things to come. You haven't been successful without him, and then you start, relying on him. His snap percentage went to 89% in week 4 versus Denver.
He wants to jump in.
This could be a sign of things to come. And he's been very efficient in every game before that with the limited touches he had. So yeah, I'm going Clyde there, but again, I think Jacobs could be better rest of the season.
Scary, we appreciate you, brother. Excuse my spam on the 10 team league question.
You're good. What was his question?
It says 10 team standard league flex 1. Christian Kirk, Hollywood, Godwin, Dubs, Olave. Start 1. Godwin.
I'm going Higgins.
Wait,
you can only start 1?
Wait, Higgins is not there.
No, you can start 3. He said full PPR.
Where are you seeing this? Because I only see. I see the one where.
Okay. He has a lot. Flex 1, Kirk, Hollywood, Godwin, Dobbins, Olave.
Okay, so I went all the way to the bottom, so that's my fault. Let's start there from the bottom. Let's go up. I will go Godwin in that one. Personally,
think I'm going Kirk, but it's close.
And then we go up again. Full team, 10 PPR start 3. Higgins, Lamb, Waddle, Olave, Godwin.
Higgins.
That's really close between Godwin and Higgins.
No, that you start 3. Higgins, Lamb, Godwin.
Higgins, Lamb, Godwin. Yes, Higgins, Lamb, Godwin. I agree with that one. Scary, 10 team full PPR flex 1. Dameon Pierce, Dobbins, Hollywood, Deontay Johnson, London. I'm going Dameon Pierce. Or
you have to flex 1.
Ooh,
Hollywood Brown.
Sorry, yes, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood though against the Eagles.
I'm going Hollywood Brown.
Boy.
And the reason I'm going Hollywood is because who else? Who else is they're gonna throw to? They're gonna be down in the game. I get it. I get the concerns.
Oh man, that's tough. I'm tossed up between Hollywood and Dameon. Really am.
Yeah.
I would do Dameon. Let's do Dameon.
Yeah, I'm doing Hollywood.
Sounds crazy.
We are going to get to everyone's questions, but as we promised, we'll get the super chats first. Thank you for your Scary and Russian. Thank you for your super chat. Very, very kind of you. This is Algier, Etienne, Harris, Pierce, D. Robinson.
Okay, so Alec Pierce, Etienne, Najee Harris, Damian Pierce, I'm assuming that's Brian Robinson, Swift, Rashad White, Jamal Williams.
Oh, he does that thing where he does the initial. Okay, Algier, Etienne, Najee Harris, Damian Pierce, Brian Robinson, IR, Swift, IR, Rashad White, I assume, Jamison Williams. 8 running backs, can only keep 6. Have 2 on IR. Who should I trade and who can I get? Weak at wide receiver. Okay, so you have Algier, Etienne, Najee Harris, Damian Pierce, Brian Robinson, Swift. I would be looking at personally moving Najee Harris.
Yes.
And if we look at ECR rest of season, Najee Harris right now, let's give him values around Najee Harris. Again, according to ECR, so your league might see it differently. I would be happy to send Najee Harris away for a Waddle, for a Lamb, for a Pittman, an Evans, a Higgins, a Kirk, a Debo, a Sutton. That's kind of where I think I would be leaning towards trying to get better at wide receiver.
Yeah, I like those. Najee, and then actually that's the biggest one. I think that's because of value as well. So I completely agree with Zach. I mean, he hit the nail on the head. Najee.
You can't sell Algier Etienne right now. Definitely not. You can't sell Brian Robinson. And Pierce is someone I want to keep rest of the season. So
if there's
I hope that helps Russian.
Yeah, if there's time, maybe Algier has a great game. Maybe, we keep saying to sell Damian Pierce for first, or you can trade him for a wide receiver that maybe we believe in or you believe in.
I assume this is redraft though.
Yeah, we'll see though.
What was the next question? Thank you for the donation. What was the next question in the chat?
Is Najee a huge buy low opportunity if he had a bad week this week from JP? We've been talking about Najee is a guy we're really skeptical on right now moving forward. The production, everything that's happening, he could be a buy low option depending on who you give up. But I don't think you can give up. I don't think you can give up someone irrelevant for Najee right now. I'm keeping all the guys. Everyone. I mean, these are names that
it's not even good matchups for the next three. Is for the next 4. Check out his next 4 weeks, guys. Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, and Philadelphia. And then after that, it's the Saints and the Bengals and the Colts. There's not a good matchup until week 13.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't want any Najee Harris.
There's so much that you can have. I'd rather have Brees, Damian. Feels like Miles feels really comfortable right now. I mean, what JK just did this past week. Does Miles Sanders continue? Maybe we can have a conversation about Miles Sanders in a package. I'm taking Lenny. Obviously, I'm taking Henry, Joe Mixon, Alvin, James Robinson. So many names I'd rather have over Najee right now.
If Najee has good weeks, it's because he falls into the end zone. It's not because of efficiency.
Yeah.
All right, let's get through some of these questions. Make sure we answer. We'll go quick fire here. Byronic says, you guys both on board with Geno, Monty, Fryermuth for Rashad White, 23 first, 24 first. Give me the first side of that.
100%.
Tyler says, Fantasyland, PPR Flex, Garrett Wilson, Scary Terry, or Najee. I'm going Scary Terry. Bounce back week for me.
Scary as well.
Yeah?
I agree.
All right, Byronic says, pick 2 to start this week. Najee, Singletary, Wilson, Ramondre, Damian. I'm starting Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris, and I don't even care that they're on the same team. I'm starting both of them.
If you don't want to do that, I would do Ramondre and Singletary. Or honestly, they're all good starts outside of Najee, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think you and I love Ramondre and Damian this week versus that Lions defense. So
agreed.
I'm going both of them. Tyler says, I'm predicting Gabe Davis is going to have huge bounce back tomorrow. Let's hope for those Gabe Davis truthers out there. Fantasy Noob says, trade Sanders for James Conner. No. Yes, I do not want James Conner. We want the Sanders side.
We want the Sanders side. Yes, exactly.
JP says, someone just dropped Darnell Mooney. Yes, I would pick him up. I have him on my bench when someone dropped him. I don't remember what league it is. One of our home leagues.
One of our home leagues somebody did that.
Joe Villa says CMC this week versus San Francisco over Clyde, Metcalf, Ramondre. Yes, you do go CMC in that scenario. Clyde says most likely to score a touchdown. Damian Harris, Stevenson, or Dillon. Damian Harris.
Wahab. Stevenson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wahab says Garrett Wilson and Deontay Johnson.
I think that was his other question. Was it if it was Garrett Wilson or Deontay? Steven, what do we need to see from Matt Collins to be a weekly flex? I mean, we need to see how Hunter Renfrow performs this week. Because if he doesn't perform, then maybe Matt Collins could be a good flex moving forward.
I don't think he will be. I think it's all temporary, but it's a good question. With Renfrow back, I don't think you're gonna this is where it's like, oh yeah, okay, Matt Collins is just a guy. That's how I view this week.
Right.
JP says thoughts on OBJ, sleeper pickup, and thoughts on his production when he joins a team. For redraft purposes, I'm not sure he's gonna be there's not a scenario in my mind in which you're like, oh, I can start him, because he probably comes back in fantasy playoffs. And do you feel comfortable starting him then? No. And Dynasty, definitely hold on to him. Yasbera says, which is the best flex option this week? Hollywood, Brown, Fournette, Olave. My starting lineup is Hurts. Okay, so it's between Hollywood, Fournette, and Olave. I'm gonna go Fournette. Yeah, I agree. Great matchup. Gavin says Deontay or Duvernay. It's crazy we're here, but I'm going Deontay.
Yeah, Deontay as well.
Duvernay's not a bad play with Bateman out, but we have no idea what his usage will be.
I don't think he will get. The thing is, don't expect Duvernay to get targets. Expect him to get a touchdown. That's how I'm seeing it, which
Right.
could be interesting, but I'm not necessarily sure. I think Mark will have a big game this week.
Yeah, the issue is if he doesn't get the touchdown, it's a huge letdown.
Mm-hmm.
KNF says, "Hey boys, thanks for answering my last Q. One more full PPR flex. Start Brees, James Conner, or Najee." I'm going Brees.
Yeah.
You're going Brees.
Brees. I get every single turn.
We-
Yeah, get Brees. I love it.
Hello, gents. Who do I roll with? The
I think
Sun
we answered
God.
that
We
question
talked about
already.
that.
Yeah. Swaggy
JP
P.
says T. Higgins and Nick Chubb for Cooper Cup. We talked about this as well.
That was his team.
I
think that was the question. We needed some more context. 10 men. It's a 10-man. Saquon,
10
Dalvin,
man.
Swift, Brees, AJ, Pittman, Amon-Ra, Cortland, and Romeo Dubs.
think with that context, I'm fine to do it.
Yeah,
Because you
I love the
have
running back
so
depth.
many running backs.
Saquon,
I'm happy
Dalvin,
with.
Swift, Brees. Yeah, give me Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
Would you guys be
Gerard.
looking to trade Fournette? And who would you target? I'm happy to keep Fournette right now.
I'm on the side of like open to hearing offers for him, just because Rashad White's usage was slightly concerning for me. I'm not sure what that means moving forward, but if I can send Fournette for, like, Henry might be impossible, Mixon might be impossible. Those are guys I would do it. Dalvin Cook right now seems like such an ideal guy to go trade Najee for. So yeah, it depends on the options.
Yeah.
Gator says, how much would you prioritize doing a trade for ceiling with wide receivers? I have a lot of depth with receivers, but only a couple of them have much of a ceiling, I believe. Gator, give us a more direct question that we can answer for you there.
We have a super chat, but it hasn't come up yet. Action Jackson, we appreciate you,
Okay.
brother. Need upside play Josh Reynolds, Hardman, or Pickens. It literally just popped up there. It was,
Instead, he'll just make a
This is
donation.
easy. If St. Brown doesn't play, it's
Josh-
Reynolds.
Yeah, but if Brown does play, I think I'm going Pickens here.
Yeah, agreed. We're
Yeah.
on the same page there.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks for the super chat, Action
Appreciate
Jackson.
you, brother.
Appreciate you. Gator, let us know if there's a more direct question that you have there. Hard to answer that one on the stream, but you know, we're always in the DMs trying
Aaron,
to help out
send
as
me-
well.
Send me Wandale. Been trying to make a trade for Wandale for the longest, and he doesn't want to, but it's okay.
Hey,
Um,
smart man
that
holding his
happened.
ground.
Cameron.
Welcome, Aaron. Huge love.
Hey guys, should I trade Dobbins and Godwin for Swift? I'm 3-1, and I feel like this is a time to buy him low. I'm happy to keep Dobbins and Godwin personally.
Yeah. Like,
I would rather
again,
do that.
context is really important there.
With the team construction and everything, but at the
Exactly.
moment, it feels like I would rather keep them. But all depends on your team.
Yeah, I agree with Badake there. I'm keeping them. Like, if it's a 12-man league, definitely. Yeah. A-Rod or Goff this week? I'm going Goff.
Golf. I'm going golf as well. Giants don't give up too many points to the quarterback position, but anything
Start
can happen.
sits Gabe Davis, Devonta Smith. You know, it's crazy. This is the first week in my life I have had Devonta Smith as a start of the week.
Talk it up,
So,
baby.
Give me Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith, love it. Aaron,
You agree?
yeah, I do agree. I do
Okay,
agree.
cool.
I think Aaron was responding to Cameron. Sit one CMC, Kamara, Khalil, Kareem Hunt, half PPR. I'm sitting.
Well, hopefully Montgomery plays and you sit Herbert.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's what I was
regardless, I'm sitting Herbert.
Okay, so you start Kareem at the Chargers.
Yeah.
If Herbert plays, or if Monty doesn't play, I'm happy to start Khalil over Kareem.
Yeah, I'm going
Personally.
Kareem, but I get it. I definitely get where you're coming from. Khalil at Minnesota.
Minnesota give up the top 10 points to the running back position.
Okay. Actually, I agree.
And then
If
it's pretty close with the Chargers, by the way, because the Chargers are like top 13. So it's
I was
not
gonna
too
say
far off.
Chargers are a really good matchup for Kareem. That's why I'm leaning that way.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that Khalil played Minnesota though. Give me Khalil if Monty doesn't play, but hopefully Monty plays and you don't have to make that decision.
Collins, full
Colin
PPR.
says full PPR,
Go
one
for it.
running back, one flex. Brees, Kareem, Devonta. I'm going Brees and
Devonta for me.
I'm going Kareem here.
I'm going Brees and Devonta, no doubt about it.
I'm going Brees and Kareem. I really like Kareem's matchup this week. Devonta is a start for me, but depends on the options.
Scary. Najee scared me off. I packaged him in Muth for Damian Pierce, Kirk and Olave, my other tight ends, and hit me. I'm happy with that. That's perfect.
Huge win. Huge win.
Hopefully that it pays off. Star 3, Connor, Devonta Smith, Gabe Davis, Brees, Roberto Woods, and NVS. Give me Devonta Smith, Gabe Davis, and Brees. But
Robert Woods' matchup is really good.
it is, and he's missing Traylon as well.
Is this PPR? Full PPR?
Yeah, this could be a trap, but I'm still going with what I said.
I am going Brees Hall.
Ooh, JK though.
J.K. Dobbins.
I didn't see JK.
And Devonta Smith. Brees Hall, J.K. Dobbins, and Devonta Smith for me.
I did not see JK. I think I would go Brees. I would go JK, Brees, and Devonta Smith. That's what I would do. Yeah.
I just said that.
Did you just say that? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still happy to start Gabe Davis if you don't like to do that, but I do like what Zach said. 100%.
Yeah.
Brees and JK and then Devonta.
Yeah. Aaron says, I can see Dobbins picking it up this week since Bateman is out.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about that as well, Aaron. It was cool to see Dobbins being involved in the air last week.
Yeah.
Action Jackson says, love you guys. Favorite fantasy/dynasty podcast. Been playing for 10 years and seen a lot of podcasts, but nothing is the same.
Hey.
I mean, dude, that's probably one of the nicest comments I think we've ever gotten.
We appreciate you, man. I'm assuming
for someone who's been playing it for 10 years and has listened to a lot of content, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Aaron said doing amazing.
He wants to jump in.
Aaron just on it. I'll finish Aaron's quote or message. Doing amazing, guys. Love hanging out with you, being tapped in with college this year a lot. Hey, we appreciate you, Aaron. Thank you so much. Hey, college football, couple good games and a lot of games still happening, by the way.
I need to catch up after this stream.
Action Jackson, once again, we really appreciate the super chat. Jimmy G or Cooper clutch, 2 quarterbacks in super flex. Wow, Cooper. I'm still
Jimmy.
It has to be Jimmy, man.
It's not an incredible matchup for either, but I'm gonna go Jimmy here. I think the Niners could really dominate the Panthers, and with Cooper Rush
playing the Rams, it's tough.
Tough, man, versus the Rams. I'm going Jimmy here.
What's the points? Before we move on really fast, now that we're really caught up with the chat, how many points do the Rams give up to the quarterback position? Because I think they actually give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Do they?
Well, last week, Jimmy G put up 15 points to the Rams.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Again,
10,
Cooper Rush has
11,
been pretty good,
12.
but I don't want to trust him versus the Rams.
So the Rams give the 12th most points to their quarterback position, where the Panthers are in the middle of the pack and they give up the 17th least. So I guess you can see that either way, 17th most or 17th least.
That's pretty much middle of the pack.
Yeah, middle of the pack. So, that's tough. But I feel like Jimmy G can get away with this game, and like maybe he's not throwing much.
Yeah, I don't think this decision is gonna kill or win your week, but I'm going Jimmy G. I just feel like it's a safer play.
Yeah, I hear you.
What are you doing?
I would do Jimmy G as well. I just wanted to let you guys know. I mean, I actually wouldn't be scared starting Cooper Rush. As well, but I think Jimmy G just maybe feels like the safer play and has the higher upside based off the matchup. Yeah.
Colin Smith, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I mean, a lot of super chats today, guys. Thank you so much. I mean, that's huge support. Appreciate that. Start 2 half PPR. Lockett, Cooks, or Gabe Davis. I think I lean Lockett and Cooks here, Badake. I don't know where you stand. Gabe Davis to me has moved. I know the community was very high on him coming into the year, but he's been kind of what he was last year, boom bust. I feel like Lockett is a safer play with his involvement in the offense. And if anyone's going to get locked down this week in Seattle, it's DK versus Lattimore.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
And then Cooks feels like a really safe floor, so I'm going to go those 2 players.
Yeah, I'm going.
Like Gabe is maybe the highest upside of any of them, but the lowest floor.
Exactly. I'm going Lockett and Cooks, but I do believe Gabe Davis could be the guy that's going to get on your bench and be like, damn, he's just scored 2 touchdowns. Once again, Gabe Davis is not you're not looking for the target share. You're looking for the opportunity in the red zone because he will get the touchdowns, hopefully. That's the expectation, at least my expectation coming into the season. But give me Lockett and Cooks. I do agree with Zach. I do agree.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, boom bust. It's just been boom bust all year. You know, it's tough. He might be one of those players all year where when you decide to start him, he screws you over.
Yeah.
And then when he's on your bench, he
Yeah.
has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I hear you.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Colin. Hope that's helpful. What was the next question
Cameron,
in the chat?
Godwin is in my flex and Dobbins on my bench. 10-man PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex.
I think that was a question he had beforehand.
Maybe.
Should I trade Dobbins and Godwin for Swift was the question. Godwin is my flex. Dobbins is my bench. I'll be honest, Cameron, and I've said this for a couple of the questions today, but with the landscape of running backs this year and how many running backs are getting injured and, you know, like I had Javonte in so many leagues. I had JT in a couple. Like, I want more running backs. I don't want to move off of them because I have the depth. I want to keep that depth. I don't want to capitalize on it for trades. I want to keep it in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like I have Dobbins in a league where I lost Javonte, and I was thinking about moving Dobbins. Thank God I didn't. So I think just because of how this position is looking this year, I want to keep the Dobbins side.
I agree. Let's go on Twitch. Forgot about you guys over there. Discount AJ Dillon or J.K. Dobbins, if that makes any difference. I think we'll both go J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
And then full PPR, pick 1, Elijah Moore, Pickens, Duvernay, Tyquan Thornton. I would be starting Elijah Moore still. I think it's very close between Elijah Moore and between all those 3, Pickens and Duvernay, to be completely honest with you.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
100% on the same page.
Say less.
Pickens was a buy low for me this week, but I also said this buy low could extend a couple weeks because these next 2 matchups are very bad for Pickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Squid's Giant Chode on Twitch.
Squid's Giant Chode. I think it's JP
Aaron says
was the next one because I think Aaron was responding to Cameron.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then Dimitri was responding to Axon Jackson. Do I start Romeo Dubs if Amon-Ra's game time decision with the Packers in London? I have to, right? Feels like you do have to. Hopefully we get a report before
That's
he
what I was
comes
gonna
out.
say. I think you will have a report of expected or not expected to play within the next 12 hours.
Yeah.
So you'll have the information.
Hopefully before the game starts, the Giants and Packers. So good luck with
Cowboys
that.
D or Jaguars defense, one of the most impossible ones to predict.
I'm going
But
Jags. Cowboys play the Rams, and I know that the Matthew Stafford have been sacked so many times, and the Cowboys are sacking a bunch of people. But I'm going Jags just based on
this is close. Jags have had a lot of sacks this year. I'll go Jags.
Yeah, I'm going Jags as well. I picked them up, so hopefully it works out for me. That's what the locker room is calling him, Action Jackson. I don't know who you're talking about, but yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, he's talking about Cooper Rush.
Okay, right. Okay. CeeDee Lamb showing you be true number 1.
You're good, Gator. Yep, Aaron, and that's you know, CD was such a product of like recency bias in the first couple weeks. Oh damn, something happened over there.
No,
but
I hit the garbage can that's underneath my desk. Sorry.
It's good to see CeeDee Lamb doing his thing. Dimitri says I don't think they can start Dak until Cooper loses. I think they will bring Dak back and he'll start, but it's cool to see this scenario.
If Dak comes back and Cooper Rush beats the Rams, and Dak comes back the week after and then he loses,
there will be
Dallas,
all hell will break loose.
Uproar in Dallas, no doubt about it.
Cooks is just the wide receiver 1 in Houston, and historically he's been productive enough. Yep. Yes, sir. We agree. What's
Alex,
up, Aaron?
Sorry, I think we missed
Guns.
one. By the way.
Oh, did we? My bad.
Alex,
My bad.
James Conner, Brandon Cooks, and Allen's. I don't know if you read that half PPR. Brandon Cooks. Yeah. Sorry about that. And then
Guns Montana, Corey Davis, or Travis Etienne as a flex.
Guns Montana.
Ooh. I don't know what to say here.
Etienne against the Texans.
It has to be Corey Davis. He's a wide receiver 27 on the year. He's had 3 weeks over 13 points, which as much as I love Etienne, I think he's a great buy low. Etienne hasn't hit higher than that number once. I'm going Corey Davis.
That's
although
crazy.
I do think
Etienne.
I do think Etienne has a much better rest of season, but
I'll go with Corey Davis. That's a trap.
Could be.
No worries, Cameron. We appreciate you. Aaron's responding. Axon Jackson, I think, responding to that as well. Okay, Gator fan. There's so much going on here with my wide receivers. I have Hollywood and Cooks as my main 2 receivers. However, Bateman, Woods, and A-Rob haven't done much yet, and I just picked up Renfro and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. I personally, because I know he had a question about like ceilings. I don't think you're in a position where you can move these players for ceiling players. Bateman's been great in limited action, but people won't want to trade for him because of that limited workload. Woods is kind of like temporary up and down. A-Rob hasn't showed enough that anyone would want to trade for him. Renfro's been injured, and Garrett Wilson's been up and down. So you're unfortunately, Gator, in a situation where you don't have the leverage to make big moves with those wide receivers, I don't think.
Yeah, unless you can finesse when one of these guys go off 1 week, then yeah, I don't see another option.
Hello, Source says 1 PPR, a 1 running back, 1 flex spot needed. Kareem, Reynolds, Mostert, Zay Jones, Elijah Moore. Leaning Kareem and Reynolds if Sun God sits. Mostert is sneaky. Yeah, I agree with what he's saying there. If Amon-Ra sits, it is Reynolds and Kareem.
Agreed.
If Amon-Ra doesn't sit and he plays, I'm going Kareem. And I think I'm going to lean Mostert here.
Okay, so Kareem, running back spot, 1 flex. I'm going Elijah Moore.
Okay. I don't think that's crazy. Elijah Moore probably has the highest ceiling. I don't think he has the lowest, the highest floor. The Kylix says, who do you like between Everett or Friar Goat? Is Everett gonna play? I know he was dealing with an injury.
Yeah, I think he was kind of gonna. I think he was gonna be.
He will
game
suit
time.
up.
Oh, he will. Is that
he
confirmed?
will suit up. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me Everett then. Also,
Yeah.
pick 2: Devonta Smith, Olave, Jeff Wilson. I'm going Smith and Olave. Sorry, Olave and Smith. Olave is a must start for me in most scenarios.
Olave, I agree. J. Rob, Drake London for Clyde and Devonta Smith. I am keeping the Clyde and Devonta Smith side. Not sure about Zach.
Yeah, same. I've been very heavy on the. I think ETN's going to be more involved in negative game script side, so I agree. I'm Clyde and Devonta Smith.
Action Jackson, once again, we appreciate you guys. All donations or super chats will be answered right away. You actually don't have to, but we would appreciate that. But anyways, Action Jackson, Hurst, Irv, or Noah Brown, 1 flex, tight end premium. Give me. I think it has to be Hayden.
I don't think so. I'm going Irv. I'm going Irv unless
I'm just looking at the stats here for Hayden.
I'm going Irv Smith unless T. Higgins doesn't play. It looks like he is going to play. So, for me, you know what versus Baltimore.
I'm going Hurst.
Versus Baltimore, that's tough.
And this Vikings game is divisional. Anything
I think
can
you're
happen.
right. I am going Hayden.
And the Bears defense has been good. It's just their offense is shit.
Yeah,
not good,
I'm going Hayden here.
You know what I mean?
When I think about game scripts, I want more of the Bengals game. All right, what was the next question that we had? Thank you so much for the super chat action.
Aaron said, Zach, ETA breakout season is coming. I believe that. James Robinson is a contract year. Yeah, hopefully it does come sooner rather than later. Claire, Jeff Wilson or Breece Hall? I think we'll both say Breece.
Yeah, agreed.
Jamal Williams or Zeke? Wow.
Jamal Williams, bro. It is Jamal Williams. It's 100% Jamal Williams.
Because Swift is out. It has to be
Jamal Williams should be considered a top 15 option right now with Swift out and that offense being the best offense in the NFL. Action Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat again, brother. Start 2: Hunt, Wilson, Jr., Monty, Deontay, half PPR. If I'm starting 2, it's Hunt, and it is Monty if he plays. If he doesn't, then it's Hunt and Wilson.
Yes, completely agree.
Okay, cool.
Guns, full PPR. Terry, pick 2: Terry, DK, Wilson, and Deontay. Give me Terry, and it's close, but I know DK has a tough matchup, but give me DK.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a bounce back week for Terry. I'll take Terry and DK. Terry's had some pretty bad cornerback matchups the last couple weeks, by the way. And with Jahan out, I think there's no one on this Tennessee Titans defense that can cover Terry. Homer Simpson, welcome, brother.
Wow, I mean, what an opportunity to have somebody as big as you here with us.
Friend of the stream, friend of the channel. Hi, do I start Zeke, Deontay, Duvernay, or Boyd, assuming Higgins is out? I'm going Zeke here with the options that you have. Safest floor. don't want to take a shot on Duvernay with the limited action he might get. Same with Boyd. I don't like playing the Boyd game, so give me Zeke.
I think it's really close between Zeke and Deontay. I'm going to go Deontay here.
Yeah, I think it's close as well.
It's really close, but it'll probably be a negative game script for Deontay and the Steelers versus the Bills. He'll probably get garbage time opportunities. So give me Deontay here. Claire, Teddy 2 gloves or Daniel Jones is my QB2 in Superflex. I think we'll both say Teddy. But
yeah,
hey,
especially with Daniel Jones's ankle injury, he's probably not going to be able to rush like he has. So I agree.
Thoughts on Clyde? I really like Clyde moving forward. What he's been doing has been fantastic. And one of the concerns that we had coming into the season was like, okay, well, he's getting targets and end zone and touchdowns, but he wasn't getting touches. He had 19 touches last week.
Yeah,
maybe
21
it's based on
touches.
Maybe it's based on game script. 19 touches on the ground specifically. And when I say talk about touches, but maybe it was based on game script. But Tampa is pretty good defense, and Clyde came out and showed out. So
no, I agree. Clyde looks good.
Keeping Clyde.
I'm still selling him if I get the right price.
Right. I agree with the right price. 100%.
If I can move Clyde for Dalvin Cook or DeAndre Swift or Joe Mixon, or Eckler, I'm still doing that.
I completely agree on that. Jamal's RB6 and PPR overall. Yeah, it's crazy. Swift should be back week 7 after the bye.
Yeah.
Need him. Yeah.
Alex, that would have been hurtful not to have him.
Is Dalton Schultz a start, or would you stream Disley, Hurts, or Conklin?
How funny is Disley, man? I don't think you can start Disley.
I don't think you
even
can start
though it's
Disley.
been good.
But I think there's a conversation to be had between Conklin and Schultz. Schultz did play this past week, if I'm not mistaken, but had a goose egg.
I'm going Conklin.
Yeah, I'm going Conklin as well.
There's nothing. There's literally no confidence. He played 90% of the snaps, Dalton Schultz, and had 3 targets, 0 catches. There's literally no confidence to start Dalton Schultz. Yeah. I'm going Conklin.
It's crazy. It's crazy. No worries. Start or sit Curtis Samuel, Devonta Smith. I'm going Devonta Smith still.
I'm going Curtis.
Give me Devonta Smith. That's a split
I'm going
decision.
Curtis. Both of these guys are starts of the week for me, but I am going Curtis. Especially with Jahan out.
Yeah. Hurts is a better play than Schultz. Dimitri said Godwin or Kirk rest of the season. I'm going Godwin right now. Feels really great, but it's very close to be honest. Kirk is up there. He's doing his thing.
I'm going Kirk, but like this is so back to back. You could have either, and I'm happy. Okay. Who'd you flex this week? Olave, Curtis Samuel, James Robinson, or Amon-Ra? Amon-Ra if he plays. If he doesn't, then give me Olave.
Who's Olave play?
Olave plays Seattle.
Yeah. Give me. It's close with Olave and Curtis. Give me Olave as well.
Half PPR, Mostert, Deontay Johnson. I'm going
Deontay.
Mostert. We're going Mostert and half PPR. I mean, Mostert looks good. I have this feeling that without Tua, they're going to lean on the run even more. I think we even saw that in week 4. Mostert played 72% of the snaps. 72% of the snaps is crazy because he's been hovering around 55. Mostert only played 28% of the snaps. Mostert had 18 touches in week 4. I think Mostert's going to be leaned on more without Tua, so I'm going to go Mostert there.
Let's go on Twitch here. Right after this, let's go to Guns. We appreciate you for the donation, brother, and then we'll go to Twitch right after this. He said like the channel, keep it up. Hey, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Guns. Thanks so much for support.
On Twitch, you guys are the best. We appreciate you. What's good with so many kickers getting hurt this year? It started making cause me tomorrow. Honestly, get the turf out.
Something in the water.
Something is in the water. Gauging
your face.
10 team PPR. Full PPR. I have to activate Brian Robinson off of IR. I had to drop him or one of these other guys. Madison, Penny, Conklin, Doves, Pickens, leaning Conklin, even though I need a tight end replacement. I was drop Madison personally.
No, you can't, especially with Dalvin's.
Personally,
especially with Dalvin's injury. I think it is Conklin, and I'm assuming you have a good tight end. Like, who's your other tight end?
Yeah.
Because if you have another tight end that you can start, it's Conklin that you drop there.
Old Halo 2 engage in your face. You love to see it. Yeah, actually, that's a good question. That's good by Zach. You know, who's your tight end? Is that Mark? You have
Goddard is his other tight end.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Drop Conklin, and then you can just stream him. Stream a tight end, whether that's Conklin or Hayden Hurst on the bench or whatever. Will Disley is on the waiver wires. Pick him up and then see what happens.
Big Montana. What's the next question on YouTube?
Big Montana. All right, where were we?
Man, you guys are active today. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the likes, the subs. You know, again, keep in mind, if you want to answer, we answer these in order, unless you super chat. If you super chat, we'll answer straight away. And Badake, we just hit 2,900 subs on this channel.
Wow.
So we are 100 subs away from 3,000. Getting ahead of myself.
No, we appreciate each and every one of you. So
incredible support. It's about a month before the season. It's been awesome to see the support since then. The channel's growing. So 100 subs away from 3K. That's very exciting. What's the next question on this channel?
Let's see where we're at. Goddard or Njoku? I think this is very close, but give me Goddard, excuse me.
Yeah, I agree. Someone on Twitch says Ranch is elite, by the way, which I 100% agree. I'm in the Ranch is elite category. Next question.
JK or Alvin Kamara?
Alvin, if he plays.
Give me Alvin. Close. I agree. It is very close.
I think this is a bounce back week for Alvin versus Seattle. If he plays, it's Alvin, but it's close.
Gator fan, it says I have a lot of depth on my running back. 2, though, I have Dylan Pierce, and my RB 4 and 5 have Elijah Mitchell in my IR spot. Does that change your mind for my positionally doing
I think like when Mitchell comes back, you'll have more flexibility to make moves. And I think, again, the wide receivers on your team have chances to raise their capital over the next couple of weeks. But right now, I think you need to ride it out unless, you know, a really good trade offer comes your way.
Please say you Black Rain for subscribing on YouTube. Okay. Want to do rapid fire again?
Yes, let's do rapid fire. Here we go. Gerard says, I'm 1-3 right now. Who do you think are the best trade targets for a team like me? Gerard, we actually have trade target videos that we do every week on this channel. I would suggest you to check it out. We have ones for this week that are up. It's a video, I think it has around 10,000 views. You should be able to find that on our channel. Aaron says, I got Gibson in that Pitts buy low deal. I liked, he says, I want to sell Gibson. Yeah, you should hold unless you get the value you want. Hannah says, so funny hearing the Schultz comments. I traded for Schultz for the season.
Yeah, it sucks right now, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Black Rains says Garrett Wilson, Drake London, and Jacoby Myers, which 2 to start? I think we would both say Garrett Wilson and Drake London.
Agreed. No doubt about it.
Claire says, how do you value the Jets wide receiver moving forward? We've talked about this, Claire. We have no idea.
No idea. Especially with Zach Wilson coming back.
I think that we will see Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson trajectory going up, and I think Corey's will go down, but we don't know. Action says, I tried to get a first or 2 seconds, depending if there's a running back needy team. Okay. I'm overly betting on Olave and Devonta Smith. I like it. Flowsource says, you said Everett over Muth. I have Everett on my bench and Muth in. Would you flex Everett over Elijah Moore? Yes, I would. Yeah. I actually would do that because Everett's guaranteed to play. Keenan Allen is not there, and in games without Keenan Allen, Everett's been really, really good. We have a super chat. Russian, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Fryermuth or Otten, would you guys are moving up in the fantasy world. Keep it up. Thank you, man. Just trying to stay consistent and putting our best effort, 100%. Best foot forward. I think we would both say Fryermuth here.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, we both confidently say Fryermuth. Thank you so much for the dono. Next question was, what was the next question?
It was
Gator says, what does your gut tell you when Dak will be back? With them winning with Rush, my gut tells me that Dak will be the starter, but I could be wrong.
Dak will be the starter, but I mean, he was saying he was ready the week after, but yeah. I mean, it's hard to predict when he'll be back at 1 and 2. He will say I'm ready, but then coach is gonna be like, well, no, we're winning games with Cooper Rush. Let's not rush it. We're trying to make it to the playoffs. We need Dak when he's ready. So
if you have Cooper Rush in redraft or dynasty, he's a hold. The value's not going to be there to trade him. He's a hold. The gray area says McKinnon, Walker, or White. I'm assuming that's Rashad White, and that would be my preference there this week.
Yeah, I agree.
We had another super chat from Action Jackson. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Thielen or Deontay,
Wants to jump in.
half PPR, the wide receivers Tyreek. I'm going Adam Thielen here.
Completely
Yeah?
agree. Yeah,
Okay.
appreciate you guys subscribing over here on YouTube and over there on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't
Go
think
back and
we've
forth.
ever had this many super chats in one night. So thank you so much, guys. That's huge. Thank you so much for the love. Okay, over on Twitch, let's answer a couple questions. From Max, he says, should I start Marquise Brown, Cooks, or Garrett Wilson? I know the matchup's tough. I'm going to Hollywood. You're going...
It's close. I think you convinced me. I think I'm going Cooks.
Well, I'm going Hollywood.
No, I'm saying like with the argument earlier.
Okay,
there was an argument
gotcha.
earlier that was like, damn, Cooks. I'm going Cooks to be
Yeah.
completely honest. Yes.
Geno Smith, Teddy, or Daniel Jones? I mean, I think you have to go Geno. Actually, I'm going Teddy here. I'm going Teddy. I know I say, like, people say you have to go Geno. I'm going Teddy. I like the matchup better. I like the weapons. This is a really tough matchup for Geno. This could be a down week. I'm going Teddy.
Yeah, and Teddy's going against the Jets, so I'm really happy with Teddy as well. Do I trade Hollywood
Max,
Brown for McLaurin? I'm keeping.
No.
I'm keeping Hollywood Brown.
Uppish smile. Sun God, Juju, Dobbins, or Garrett Wilson. Pick two. If Sun God plays, absolutely him and Dobbins. If he doesn't play, I'm going Dobbins and Wilson.
Agreed. Completely agree. Start Ertz or
Kittle. Ertz.
Ertz. Who Ertz play? Yeah, Ertz plays the Cardinals. They play each other.
Or Ertz is on the Cardinals.
Sorry, Kittle. I'm thinking of Zach. Yeah, I'm thinking of Zach Ertz playing the Eagles.
I'm going Ertz.
Who does Kittle play?
Carolina.
The Panthers. Yeah, give me Ertz.
Gage in your face as they're answering on YouTube questions right now, but they'll probably bounce back over here. Yep, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Leave Game TV just subscribed with his Prime. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
All right, let's go back to YouTube. What was the next question on YouTube?
Last question on YouTube here. Josh, if I'm not mistaken. It says start 2 out of Kamara, Olave, and Breece Hall. I think we'll say Breece and Kamara and Olave.
Yeah, agreed.
Start 2 PPR, DK, London, Olave. I think it will be Olave, DK for the both of us.
Yes, I agree. That's tough, but I agree.
Godwin
Go ahead.
Godwin or DK. I think we both say Godwin.
Yep. We agree with Olave. We love Olave.
Full PPR. Start 2 Jeff Wilson, AJ Dillon, or Ramondre. I'm going.
I think it has to be. My name is Jeff and Ramondre.
I'm going Ramondre. Yeah, exactly. Ramondre and Jeff.
Okay, let's go quick fire here. Hollywood says I traded Boone and Robert Tonyan for D. Waller. Did I win that trade? Yeah, I think you did.
Agreed.
Travis Trilla says Rodgers or Carr. We're both going Carr, I think.
Yes.
Hollywood, Godwin, or Amon-Ra. Pick one. Standard. If Amon-Ra plays, Amon-Ra. If not, Godwin.
Godwin. Agreed.
Xavier says, do I start Curtis Samuel, Garrett Wilson, or Gabe Davis? Curtis Samuel for me.
Agreed.
Brian says 4-0. Which running back to start? Fournette, Breece Hall, James Robinson. Probably Fournette for me.
Yeah, give me Fournette. I'm happy with that.
Pratham says, which two? Dobbins, Dillon, or Najee? I'm going Dobbins and Dillon.
Agreed.
I don't want Najee in this matchup.
Completely
King
agree.
says, need a tight end PPR. Logan Thomas, Will Disley, Evan Ingram, K. Dot, Hunter Henry, or Juwan Johnson. You're really taking a shot at the dark here, if I'm honest with you, man. But I would say Logan Thomas if he plays. If he doesn't, give me Will Disley.
Will Disley. I think I'm going to go Will. It's going to be a tough matchup.
Regardless?
They might have to spread the ball around. Give me Will. Yeah, give me Will regardless.
Hollywood. Okay, next question says, would you guys trade Gabe Davis, Boyd, and MVS for Drake London and Michael Thomas? Yeah,
Davis,
easily.
MVS for Drake London and Michael Thomas. Yeah, agreed.
I would easily do that.
I like Drizzy Drake.
I love that people are having conversations in the chat. B-Dub says, have running back depth, give James Robinson and Thielen for Higgins.
Ooh,
I'm happy to do that personally if you need to improve your wide receiver room. Hanif says, is Zappy or whatever his name is worth a stash in Superflex Dynasty? Yes. Anyone who has a chance to showcase their talent. I mean, when Rush was starting, probably no one would have said yes, but anyone who has a chance to start and show their talent, whether it's going to be good or bad, is worth stashing. Colin says, fantasy football super chats over drinks at the bar. Love that. Ryan says, half PPR start 2. Ayuk, Elijah Moore, Devin Duvernay. I'm going Ayuk and Elijah Moore here.
I agree. 49ers
Bailey Zappi Mac Jones might be back sooner than later. That's true.
Yeah.
Gator says, with several of my receivers needing to prove themselves, how do you rank Bateman, Wilson, Renfro, Woods rest of season? For me, it would be Garrett Wilson.
Bateman.
No, sorry, Rashad Bateman, Garrett Wilson,
Right.
Woods, Renfro.
I would just swap Wilson and Bateman.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
And I think that's pretty flexible. Patty says PPR flex, Lockett, Juju, Deontay, Lazard. I'm going Lockett.
Lockett, yeah. If we had to start one, Lockett. Full PPR.
Waddle with the injury or Olave. I'm going Olave.
If Waddle plays, I think you have to start Waddle personally. But
Yeah,
yes, I do agree.
get that.
I do agree with I get your stance on Olave.
I'm all in on Olave.
Mm-hmm.
Full PPR flex, Cooks, AJ Dillon, or Dubs. I think I'm going Cooks.
Yeah, I'm going Cooks as well.
Curtis Samuel or Ramondre Stevenson tomorrow. I'm going Curtis. You're going.
I'm going Curtis as well. But I love Stevenson's matchup this week.
Yeah. Ryan says, thanks, guys. I was thinking the same, but Bateman being out, I was trying to talk myself into Duvernay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duvernay could be a very good play. Like, I'll be honest, guys. Duvernay could be a very good play. The reason we haven't chosen Duvernay very much in these options is because there's a scenario he gets 2 targets tomorrow. That's a very realistic possibility.
And I said this earlier. I was like, he can get 2 targets, but he can get 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
With those two targets, and it would be like shit. Well, and then that's the conversation that we're gonna have. Well, pick up Devin Duvernay. How long is Rashad Bateman gonna miss out some time? He did score 2 touchdowns, but only had 2 targets. It's like, okay, well, shit. What the hell do we do? Who the hell do we start? It's a trap with Devin Duvernay. If 100% feels like it, but
over on Twitch, no questions to catch up with, but I just want to say again a huge thank you to Lead Game TV for subscribing with your Amazon Prime.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate
very,
you.
very kind of you. Over here on YouTube,
Gator fan said, how do you feel about Lockett going forward, and does Geno have staying power? Is he just a pretty good start? I mean, Lockett moving forward feels very, very good. I mean, I was wrong about Lockett and DK and everything that was going to happen coming into the season. But, I mean, we had a conversation earlier. I mean, Geno, someone even said that Steven's a big Seahawks fan, and I agree. Geno's going to be on the team as long as Pete Carroll is going to be on coaching this team. And I think it could be very, very interesting to see what happens. But I think if they have an opportunity to get a quarterback, they will get a quarterback. But I think I'm kind of on
like the opposite side of the spectrum right now, where I feel like the last 2 weeks have been softball matchups. Atlanta, Detroit, those were the weeks to start your Seahawks. And I'm more concerned about Geno and this offense moving forward. It's New Orleans this week, Arizona next week, which is a great matchup. But I just think they're going to be tested more, and I need to be given more trust in Geno.
Mm-hmm.
This week is huge for the Seahawks, in my opinion. This is such a massive, massive week for all Seahawks, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you. I see Dobbs getting more work in the passing game with Jackson running all over the place. Yeah, is T. Higgins going to play tomorrow? I hope so. I mean, once again, guys, we like to say if you can get watch the games, get notifications, get on Twitter, follow 32 NFL beat writers. These guys tweet out all the things that we need to know before setting up your lineups, and then it will confirm. All right, Monron's going to play per source. Monron's going to play. He's going to be limited, or he's going to be full. But same thing with all these players. So keep an eye out. I do believe T is going to play, but anything can happen within the next 12 hours. Same thing with Kamara.
I'll happily put our Twitter on there because we do try and retweet information. So if you guys are at all we don't tweet as much of our own content on that Twitter, but we try and focus on making sure we retweet relevant information for people who follow us with matchups or interesting analytics that we find. So I'll paste that both in YouTube and Twitch. But as far as Higgins and Kamara, I think they both will play, but we'll find out soon. You'll have answers soon. Y'all should pick up Jameson Williams from the Lions. Yes, we are. I'm a huge Jameson Williams lover here for sure on our Dynasty channel.
Yeah. Ryan, New Orleans game is a good test for Seahawks. I agree, Zach. Mike Kaloga has a great show. Ramondre Stevenson or AJ Dillon in flex spot this week. I think we'll both say Ramondre with the matchup against the Lions.
Agreed.
Give the second most points to the running back position.
Agreed. And I also agree with Aaron here.
Yeah.
Gator says, with Lockett having been my guy in the past, would you rather have him rest of season or Garrett Wilson, Bateman, or Woods? I think we would rather I would rather have Bateman and Wilson
Yeah, I would as well.
But I would prefer him over Woods. Lockett over Woods.
Take that, Gator fan. Just take that kind of with like wait and see. You know, it's a massive test, like Zach said. It's a massive test for the Seahawks team, because if they do come out and there's a massive decline, excuse me, and then Garrett Wilson and Bateman are still there, who also could have a good buy low opportunity, maybe it's time to do something like that.
Yeah.
Drop Russ for Rashad White. I mean, if you like, brother.
To be honest, like in a one quarterback league, I don't think that's crazy. I really don't think that's crazy. Let's see what Rashad White can do. If he's more involved, then that would be the right move.
Yeah. Half PPR, start Wilson, Pickens, or Najee. Bills are crazy. I think I would go. I'm still going Garrett Wilson here. I know it's crazy, but Najee doesn't have the suitable matchup.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Broncos fantasy option going forward? It's tough. It's tough because I'm a massive believer in Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton, and it's been very disappointing, especially with Javonte going down. I was expecting a massive uptick, but I mean, if you saw the production, not the production, and Zach's right. You know, the opportunities felt like overthrown passes, everything. But when you look at the targets, Cortland this past week had 11 targets. Jerry Jeudy this past week had 8 targets. All those balls either overthrown, not put in the right place, or drop passes. They want to throw the ball. Russ just hasn't been in rhythm, which has been really bad. And do we trust Russ? I don't know. Obviously, with all the stuff that came out with his shoulder injury, maybe that was a massive part of that. But I'm still not giving up on them. They have the Rams or the Chargers next week, and then the Jets after, and then the Jags after that. So the next 3 weeks do feel very favorable for them to kind of bounce back in a fantasy perspective for someone like a Jerry Jeudy specifically, because Cortland Sutton has been averaging freaking 12 plus points every game.
Yeah, Sutton is someone that I like. When I look at this offense now, it's like Sutton is what I want. Outside of Sutton, I don't really want anything else, to be honest with you. Like, and I think you can see how much they're going to miss Javonte in the game that we just watched. I mean, Melvin Gordon didn't look all that great. Boone looked okay in certain spurts, but the offense is not going to be as efficient as we thought it was going to be. But Russ is going to have to throw, which means that purely because of volume, Sutton's going to be a good play on a weekly basis, even if there's not efficiency. So I think Sutton, I love. The rest of it, really not liking, not wanting a hand in. IG says, do the Giants hate Kadarius Toney, or is he always nursing? You know what's crazy is he's been dealing with a hamstring injury, and then we just got a message yesterday that he is dealing with a hamstring on the other hamstring.
Yeah.
Both of his hamstrings are injured, so he just can't stay healthy.
He needs a new hamstring, say that much. Do they hate Kadarius Toney? I don't think they hate him. I think he needs to get in the freaking field and not stop getting injured. Personally.
Yeah, he just can't stay healthy.
But I always say this: if you have him in Dynasty, for any Giants, not any Giants, I feel like just wide receivers, take Kadarius Toney, take it with a grain of salt, because they can move forward from him immediately, because that wasn't their priority. So look out for that. So be careful. Dimitri Mike Boone might be worth a stash.
Sure.
Melvin Gordon has,
I think even Latavius Murray is worth a stash, because we don't know what he could look like. He might be the best running back on that team. Stranded on second with Tony Clark. What's up? Says, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm thinking of starting Trevor Lawrence over Justin Herbert. We have a saying here, and it's KISS, KISS, and it's when we are thinking about not starting one of our stars, we say KISS, which means keep it simple, stupid. You start your stars, not that you are stupid, but that's what we say to ourselves. Start Justin Herbert. I know that Trevor Lawrence has a really good matchup. Justin Herbert has a good matchup versus the Browns as well. So for me, Trevor Lawrence has looked great and love the breakout. We were big buys for him in Dynasty this offseason, but you have to start Justin Herbert. You just have to.
You have to start Justin Herbert, but keep it simple, stupid, and then start your stars.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's your star. But if you want to start him, close your eyes.
Yeah. Alejandro says, should I trade Debo for Chase?
Ooh, I would keep Debo right now. I think I'm looking at other players to trade for Chase right now, but not Debo. But I think that's technically it should be even. But do I want to do that? I think with Jimmy G here, for me, I think it just has to be Debo.
I will. I'll take Jamar Chase. It's close. It's really, really close. And I was a huge buy of Debo for the past 3 weeks before this breakout, but I'm gonna go Jamar Chase there. It's really close.
Where's Chase rest of the season? Wow, I mean, according to Fantasy Pros, rest of
ECR.
the season, ECR, wide receiver 4 Chase still is. Debo, wide receiver 16, and he has been. Hasn't Debo been?
Debo is ranked way too low in rest of
way
season.
too low. That's wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, if that tells you anything, then maybe you should try and get Debo.
Yep, Gerard Zeke is just a flex option at this point. I mean, depending on your options, he might be an RB2, but it is unfortunate, but that's just the reality.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we just wanted to let you guys know that if you enjoy these live streams, we actually do an extra live stream every week for our supporters over on Patreon. I will paste that link both in YouTube and Twitch chats. On our Patreon, if you are a close friend plus and above, close friends plus and above, if you're on that tier, you'll have an extra stream per week where we go live with only our supporters.
Yeah.
So if you want to, yeah, just kind of like it's a much more chill chat, have much more time to respond in depth to questions.
Yeah.
But I think we've been live now for about 2.5 hours, both on this stream and our supporter stream. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to call it a day, Badake?
I'm happy to answer, a couple more questions. I'm happy to give the chat until 7 minutes until.
Okay.
It's currently 12:23.
Okay.
Right.
All right, let's do that.
So if you guys don't know, we live in Sydney, Australia. Oddly enough, that's why it's probably daytime for you guys, and you can see like what the hell is going on. But yes,
for us,
I'll give another 6 minutes until the half-hour mark, and then we'll call it a day. Standard or stranded. Schultz or Warren at tight end. Give me Schultz.
He means Waller.
Waller. Is it Waller? Yeah. Okay, on the Waller. I was gonna say Warren. Who the hell is Warren?
I'm pretty sure it means Waller. I would do Waller. Any truth to Odell? I do think he visited, didn't he?
I don't think he visited. I think he had a cold.
No? Okay.
He probably, from what I've heard from all the beat writers and stuff, is that Sterling called up OBJ, and then essentially like Sterling was in the building, and then had him on fucking FaceTime, and then went to Brian Dable's office and was like, "Bro, Odell, let's sign him," type vibe. Like it wasn't anything serious, it wasn't a sit down. But I could be wrong. If something does come out, let's see. Would you trade Sutton and Cooks for Chase? That's close. That is very close.
I think the bigger question is like, what's the rest of your depth look like? How many starting wide receivers do you have? I mean, I think how big is the league? Like I think that context is all really, really important there.
Yeah. Start 3: Mike Williams, Godwin, Hollywood, Olave, Dylan, Khalil Herbert. I'm starting the Mike Williams, Godwin, and Olave over Hollywood this week.
Yeah, I love Olave. He's a must start for me. I'm going Mike Williams, Godwin, and Hollywood though.
No worries. Great stream. No worries, man. Kirk Cousins or Trevor Lawrence? I will go Trevor Lawrence.
Who does Cousins play?
The Bears.
Plays the Bears.
I'm going
going Kirk, but it's close.
Yeah. Thank you, great show. Looking forward to the next one. No worries. Full flex PPR. Olave, Smith, or Garrett Wilson for flex.
Olave.
I'm going Devonta Smith.
I'm going Olave there. Love me some Olave. Love the matchup. But yeah, I can understand the reason for both sides.
Maybe anything on Twitch?
Nope.
I guess if nothing's popping up, then we can just call it then.
Yeah, let's call it.
All
I just want to say a huge thank you for all the super chats today. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever had that many. Thank you for the support, for liking, for subscribing. Again, we are just an update for you guys. We are currently 94 subs away from 3,000, which is incredible.
That's crazy.
Just to answer Zaw's question before we go, he says Sutton, Mike Williams, Mike Thomas, Brandon Cooks, Gabe Davis, 10-team league. Sutton and Cooks for Chase. So you're gonna lose Sutton. You have Mike Williams. No, you can't make this trade, man.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Your wide receiver room isn't strong enough to make that trade. I'm sorry. You got to keep the players you have, unfortunately. Dude, WTF? This will be the last question we answer today. He says 0-4 Cousins, Fournette, Jamal. Let's see. He says, should I trade Lamb and Waddle for JJ and Devonta Smith?
For Justin. Lamb and Waddle.
I'm keeping Lamb and Waddle. I don't know where you stand there. I'm keeping Lamb and Waddle.
I think this is a win-win trade. I don't think it really matters. Justin Jefferson is massive. I love Devonta Smith. CeeDee Lamb has been doing great. So is Jalen Waddle. It's a win-win trade. 0-4. Yeah. Maybe go with the upside and get Justin Jefferson, who can get you 30+ points a week potentially.
Yeah,
that's his upside.
I get where you're coming from. For me, I still put Devonta Smith in the boom bust category. That's why I'm leaning towards the Lamb Waddle side.
No worries.
Hayden says Curtis Samuel, Gabe Davis, Deontay Johnson. Pick 2. I'm going Curtis and Deontay.
I agree. Curtis and Deontay.
That's it for today, guys. Huge love. Good luck this week.
Good luck.
Stay close to Twitter.
Keep it simple, stupid. Don't overthink it. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support. Make sure you like, subscribe. We go live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday night, and we release a bunch of videos: star sits, waiver wire pickups, trade, everything you need to have throughout the week. But we appreciate everyone on YouTube, everyone on Twitch, and we will see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Turn on your notifications. Huge love and good luck in week 5.
Yep.